Huge crowds expected for Jeep Weekend on the Bolivar Peninsula, but this year a thing or two may be missing.
Many businesses are planning to cut hours and some may even close. KFDM's Maya Caleb reports on their safety concerns.
It's empty today inside Ship's Wheel on Bolivar Peninsula, and it will stay that way until Jeep Weekend passes.
A lot of us down here, as far as businesses, we don't want our customers or our employees on the road late at night during all the chaos.
It's the first time that Ship's Wheel and several other businesses are taking this precaution.
Friday we're going to adjust to 11 to 6 upstairs only, and then Saturday, Sunday will be downstairs only from 12 to 6.
Increased criminal activity, traffic, and other incidents during the last few Jeep weekends are driving the decision.
There have been, over the years, there have been deaths. Over the years, there have been a lot of injuries, a lot of vandalism, a lot of just lack of, welfare for, safety.
Businesses aren't concerned about how the closures will impact sales.
We're never super busy here at the restaurant. All of the traffic stays on the roads and on the beach, so I don't think it's going to impact us.
While it may be lights out for Ship's Wheel over this weekend, this business, along with others, believe it's best to be safe rather than sorry. Reporting on Bolivar Peninsula, Maya Caleb.
The Galveston County Sheriff's Office arrested 234 people during last year's Jeep Weekend. That is up from 175 in the year 2022. Also, 2 people died in crashes on Highway 87 last year. Go to KFDM.com for information about which businesses are changing their hours.
Trouble unfolding on what's become known as Jeep Weekend on the Bolivar Peninsula.
More than 300 arrests, 4 shootings, including 1 homicide. The popular event drawing record crowds and also some record problems this year. KFDM's Jade Morrow reports.
When driving down Crystal Beach, it's hard to imagine the chaos that ensued here. Much of the trash has already been picked up, and many businesses have reopened. But what remains is the reputation that this event brings with it. And now locals say something needs to be done.
Most go to the beach to relax, but an estimated 100,000 people flock to Crystal Beach for Jeep Weekend. Many businesses closed or reduced their hours after years of rowdy beachgoers, but some took their chances.
We just decided we'd manage it as necessary based on what the crowds were doing.
Despite what other businesses experienced, Mike Gilbert says they had a quiet weekend.
I paid attention to what the other businesses were doing. If the businesses had agreed to all shut down for the weekend, we would have shut down without a doubt, just to be in unison with everybody. But instead, there wasn't a consensus, and we stayed open, and we had no problems whatsoever.
From Thursday to Sunday, the Galveston County Sheriff's Office reports over 300 arrests, resulting from more than 400 charges, almost 950 calls of service, 170 law enforcement officers on the ground on Saturday alone, manning the event, and numerous recovered firearms, DWIs, and calls of shots fired.
They're here to have fun on their terms, and it's horrible.
But despite a record year of arrests for the event, the Sheriff's Office says there was only 1 fatality and no first responders were injured, and it's proud of its preparation. Still, residents would like to see change.
I don't know what we can do about it. I know we have a town meeting coming up, and we'll just have to see what they can do.
Reporting in Crystal Beach, I'm Jade Morrow.
The Galveston County Sheriff's Office is still searching for a suspect in a shooting that was separate from that homicide.
Anyone with information is asked to contact the office at 766-2322.
Also new at 10, hundreds pack into a church, and they're doing more than praying about Jeep Weekend. They are demanding a halt to that event. A crowd of more than 300 meeting at Crystal Beach Community Church tonight, inviting elected officials, first responders, law enforcement officers, and neighbors, all concerned about the crime and the violence that's often linked to Jeep Weekend. The organizer, Pastor K. Sims, saying Jeep Weekend has caused death, injury, destruction, and unnecessary danger to the beloved community at Crystal Beach. This year, one person died in a shooting, several others injured, deputies, troopers, and other officers making hundreds of arrests. Last year, and in each of the past few years, it was the same story. Law enforcement officers say it's not the Jeep group causing problems. They say it is outsiders. On the Bolivar Peninsula, and many will tell you it's like kicking sand in their faces. The toll is mounting in deaths, injuries, and arrests. These numbers right here tell the story. A slight drop in 2022, but then large increases during the past 2 years. More than 300 people packed into a church last night at the Bolivar Peninsula for a town hall meeting focusing on Jeep Weekend. New at 10 tonight, KFDM's Jade Morrow reporting on possible changes and solutions to the chaos on Crystal Beach.
Some call it their little piece of paradise.
Kids playing, cars still right on the beach. It's beautiful.
And they want to keep it that way.
A lot of families. That's what we want.
But one weekend a year brings trouble to this paradise. Hundreds of arrests, violence, and vandalism paired with a crowd of 100,000 forced businesses to close, residents to leave, giving Jeep Weekend a bad reputation. And now people are calling for change.
First off, I want to say it's a safety issue.
People showed up to pack a town hall at Crystal Beach Community Church. Pastor Kay Sims says the purpose was to be heard.
It is a fiasco. People are concerned about their property because they're staying up all night protecting it. People were walking in all the neighborhoods with guns.
As a local, as a business owner, and as a representative on the board, it is very frustrating to have something like this happen where you have no control over an event and you literally just plan for the chaos.
Kate Newberry was one of the panelists answering questions. She says the event cost taxpayers $40,000 this year for additional emergency services. Newberry, like many others, question what can actually be done.
With the Texas Open Beaches Act, that's our biggest issue that we're dealing with. We have 30 miles of beach, 27, I think, beach entrances, and they all have to be open to the public, and that is coming from the GLO. So there's not a whole lot we can do in that regard.
Pastor Sims says their concerns did not fall on deaf ears. She was pleased with the attendance by state senators, county commissioners, and other officials. She says a step in the right direction for change.
So we are forming a committee now that will be actively involved in the commissioners' meetings, meetings with the sheriff, the senators. Hopefully the senators would meet and bring this to if it needs to have a law activated, we need to do that. So we're on the go. Effective this morning, we are not stopping.
In Crystal Beach, I'm Jade Morrow reporting.
We also reached out to lawmakers who represent Galveston County. Senator Mays Middleton is out of town. We didn't hear back from Senator Brandon Creighton.